wanted to show you a simple strategy that you can use to actually cash in on the market. And what you must understand is when it comes to trading, you need to be patient. That's what I want you to understand. Uh, you cannot begin to trade today and expect to be perfect that same day. It takes a process, it takes learning, and it takes everything that it will cost you to be able to understand the intricacies and be ready to feel, be ready to understand. So, but the system can just follow you. You are sure to actually cash in profit daily if you are not greedy. Now, what we say is there are actually two emotions in the market. The number one emotion is the emotion of fear. The number second emotion is the emotion of greed. And you need these two emotions in order to achieve success in our market. You need these emotions in order to succeed in our market. You should be able to manage greed. You should be able to manage uh, fear. So your ability to manage these two will determine how far you will go. So get that point very, very clear. Underline these two things I've just said now: the emotion of fear and the emotion of greed. So your ability to manage the two emotions will actually determine how you succeed in life. Now, I want you to understand that the I told you, I think if you can check the group also. I think I made mention of it. I told you that don't be carried away by the market trap you have seen. It's a trap, and many people entered into the market, and today they are crying. People have actually lost a lot of money again, and they will keep on abusing the market. Now, for those of us that are in the market for a long run, we are actually not afraid. We know that the market is actually in a correction stage, and which we know it will actually last. It might take time, it might not take time. That's not our problem. But we are in there for a long time, so we don't fear. And what I want to teach you now will actually help you to still make money even though the market is down. So, how do you cash into the market? How do you make money in the market? Uh, this is it. The market is currently bearish. Market is currently bearish. And because the market is bearish, they will it's not that every time the market will be going down. There will be times whereby the market will try to move up, and it is at that time you will understand. So always get one point. Once the market tries to move up like that, you can quickly come into the market, cash in what you want to cash in, and then get out of the market again. That's one way which we can do. The other way we can do is what I'm going to teach. Now, I've told you that the market is bearish. Now, since the market is bearish now, what we are looking now is how we trade intraday. That's in a day, not daily. We're looking at what we can do to actually trade intraday. Intraday, that's in a day. So, and when you are trading intraday, the candlestick pattern you use at that particular time is a 5 minute candlestick. So you pick up the 5 minute candlestick, that is what you will use to trade. For those of you that don't understand what we are talking about, uh, a candlestick is a drawing. You will see it now. that represents the opening and the closing price of a market at a particular time. So it can be 5 minutes, it can be it can be 10 minutes, 15 minutes. It can also be 1 hour. It can also be one day. It can be 1 year or 1 month. Now, but when you are trading for a particular time, depending on what you are trading, there are certain candlesticks you use for each of those times. Now, I was trying to do an analysis for my group. That was why I picked up the weekly candlestick here, and I think it's still showing. Now, the weekly candlestick here tells us that the market is still actually not bearish as we see, but then it is bearish in the short run, that the market is still doing well. That was what uh, we actually looked at. So, what are we saying now? I'm sorry, just wait. Somebody saying that the audio is not good. I don't understand what you mean by audio. If you're not hearing me, raise up your hand. If you're not hearing me, can you see? In my other, this thing is doing well now. My other line is, I can hear myself very clearly. I have a monitor. I have a phone monitor here that I use to monitor what I am doing. So I hear myself very well. So maybe you have to adjust your own audio. Maybe that's the challenge you are having. All right. Now, from this weekly candlestick, what we have seen now is that there is a support point we have gotten to. Now, if we break this support point and we fail to hold this support according to our candlestick on the weekly chart, it means Bitcoin will fall to 15,000. That is according to this chart, technical analysis. But this is a very strong support. It is just hitting it the second time. Okay, almost first, second, or third time. Though we're told that the more it hits the support, the more it will be able to hold it. So, but we are still within our support range, because even if it falls to 25,000, it's still within the same support range. So, for my own analysis, I said Bitcoin will not go below 25,000 at this particular time, because if it cannot hold 25,000, then it's going to fall to 15,000. And if it cannot hold 15,000, it will fall back to 5,000. You are looking at me as if what I'm saying now is magic. It's not magic. It's just understanding technical analysis. We'll be having a boot camp this weekend to actually deal with issues like this, so that you'll be able to understand everything. So those of you that are interested, you can chat me so that I can include you in the boot camp. Now, I picked up a 5-minute candlestick. Now look at this. From the 5-minute candlestick, what do you notice? There was a drastic drop. Bitcoin fell so badly. Now, we will not be trading Bitcoin. What I want to teach you is that I'm going to be teaching you how to use a system that can help you to make this money. So we are going on. But I just want to show you something. Now, this is Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin is showing you this is where it is. It has fallen, it has broken that point, then it has started going back up now again. So, should you buy Bitcoin now? The answer is yes and no. Yes, because it might go up. No, because it might go down. But what I want to bring you understand is that on this 5 minutes candlestick now, I wish I can draw. It's so sad. On this 5 minutes candlestick now, if you see there is a line. Let me see if I can draw on that line. You can see horizontal line. Let me draw it. Okay. Now look at this. You can see where my blue line is. Just watch that blue line. Watch the blue line. You can see it now. Now you can see there is a support point on that blue line there. telling you it has hit a support point. Now, if it can cross this blue line now and go a little bit up, then you can buy. So that means if Bitcoin can go beyond 30,500, then enter into the market, but you are going to make profit. So that's exactly what I want you to understand. That means you are sure to make profit. So let's go to the strategy I want to teach us. Now, what is the strategy? Go to CoinMarketCap. Now, CoinMarketCap actually shows you it is the biggest aggregation of all cryptocurrencies. Tells you what cryptocurrency is doing and what they are actually going to be. So what you need to do now is that there is a 7-day price, there's a 24-hour price, then there is the there is 7-day and 24-hour price. Now look at it now. I click this 7 days second time. That's why it's not showing me. Instead of showing me the gainers first, now let me click it again. I never wanted to touch it, but then let me do it because the system is mad. Let me click it again and see what will happen. It will change the direction of those that are gaining. You can see it has changed it to winners. So waves actually made 71% in 7 days, 13% in 24 hours. So that's what this one is telling us now. So but what we are looking for is what coin has made so much loss. Now, while looking at this, we must also be very careful because if you take this system alone in isolation, you might lose money. I will say it again. If you take this system in isolation, you might actually lose money. So, but let's go ahead. I want to explain something to us. Once you click on the 24 hours, click on that 24-hour percentage. Just click on it, or 7-day percentage. Just click on one of them. It will show you the coin that has lost more than any other coin. I'm sorry, my system is not responding very fast. I have to clear that system. Okay, it has hooked. So what am I saying in essence is that after you have clicked, okay, it has come back. Once you have clicked it like that, it will give you the losses. And from what we see in that loss, we saw a coin named Step N. It has the highest loss. So why won't I go for Step N? I will not go for Step N because recently Step N, after the loss of UST, can see after the loss of UST, Step N actually had a problem and they had to run away from China. So because they ran away from China now, there's a big problem. They have a very, very big problem. So with that, it tells you that it is not a good coin to actually buy. So while you are doing this, always listen to news. Because people that saw Luna at a very cheap price and decided to just rush it because they saw it very cheap made a very, very big mistake. So the next coin we are going to look at is ApeCoin. Now let's look at ApeCoin. Let me go to the trading chart. Let me search for it. Ape. All right. Ape. A-P-E. It will give me all this. So what you need to do is, after you have gone away from CoinMarketCap, go to TradingView. You can decide to register in TradingView for 1 month. So if you're having like 2 or 3 emails, you can use those emails to actually register concurrently for some months so that you can get the full account. You can get a full account for free for 30 days. After 30 days, you will have problem. So ApeCoin, let's go to crypto. It's on crypto. ApeCoin is in crypto. All right. Since I'm coming, just give me a minute while it is coming up. while it is coming up. So while it is coming up, let's look at it. Sorry, it's loading. All right. So we can see as I'm coming, I just got lights. Let me quickly change the network so that I can continue watching. Please just give me 1 more minute, please. I'm very sorry. Let me pause recording. So you can see ApeCoin. We'll pick it Ape Teteros. That's or Ape USDT. They are almost the same thing. Ape USDT. All right. It will load it now for us. We want to do something. I'm very sorry. The system is okay. It has come up now. So what we're going to do now is that we're going to pick up the indicators. Just it can be any coin. I just want you to understand the principle behind what I'm doing. So it can be any coin, but just please understand the principle. Click on indicators. Once you click on indicators, oh no. Oh wow, it has gone back. I don't know why it went back. Okay, let me push it to the front back. I see that it's again that. Wow. All right. It seems this will give us problem in this app here. If it will give me so much problem, let me just switch because the principle is just what I want you to understand. Once you get the principle, it can be applied anywhere. So you can get a trading view, or if trading view is giving you problem, just like trading view is giving us problem. Okay, it's coming up. Let's pick it. All right. If it delays further, I will have to just use my phone to continue the training. All right. Let me stop sharing from that point. Let me share from here. All right. Stop your sharing. So you can use Binance or any this thing to do it, any exchange. So what you do is once you get to the exchange, let me stop sharing here so that it can be only one screen. Stop sharing. All right. Now, what you do is I'm sharing from here. Go to your Binance app. Once you open your Binance app, I'm actually no longer on Binance, but then I can use it to teach you for those of you that are on Binance. Any this thing can do. Now, once you click on it, Ape, here it is. Now we've gotten Ape, so we'll pick Ape USDT. Now, what we'll do is, all right, they are telling us what to do. We've had them. They're just trying to teach us what to do. So what I will do is, I will pick up. I said the 5 minutes candlestick or 15 minutes candlestick. So I will now select RSI. And then usually what I'm supposed to select is also the Bollinger Band. But then there's one other this I would have used to teach us. But then let's look at it. Now, number one, you see, this is meeting a new low, a very low. You can see there's no low like this low before. There's only a low like this far back. It's not. It's not even as bad as this. Now, though there is a bearish market, the market is bearish now, except if there is a bad news. Except if there's a bad news concerning it, this setup is a very good entry point. You're getting what I'm saying now? This setup is a very, very good entry point. And what is the entry point? Once you see it like that, the RSI is usually below 30. You can see it's below 30 there. And then the coin is down here, like we are seeing here now. And the RSI is below 30. Once you enter into it, you are sure that you are going to make at least 3 to 5% of your capital, of the money you put into the system. I'm just being conservative. You are sure of 3 to 5%. So depending on what you put into the system, you will definitely make it. So, number one, go to CoinMarketCap, just like I did earlier. Then look for the highest losers. Now, in this case, now I will still go back to CoinMarketCap again. I want to pick up the next highest loser after Ape is Solana. Now, Solana, owing to what I have heard about Solana, there are some challenges with their network, but then it is still a good buy because it's scalable and it's good. But then let's pick Solana again. Let me use it to teach you this system. Solana USDT. Always pick USDT pair. You can see it now. And what is going on now? Solana is also very, 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 very good. Looking at 3 points. On this point, you can see there is an indecision candle here. And then look at it. The RSI is also below 30 and it is down. So entering into this coin today will guarantee you between now and tomorrow or next tomorrow, except if there is some outside forces that will bring the market down more, you will discover that this coin should recover to give you up to 45. Now, if it gives 45, that's about 10%. So this is the system you can use to actually make you use to actually make a very, very good money. Now, depending on what you invest into the system, it tells you you can actually make good money. Now, the next thing I want to now teach you is, let me share my screen from this other place also now so that you can see what I'm trying to say very well. Share my screen here. Stop the sharing in this one. Stop sharing. Sorry, the network actually, my Telegram actually closed here. All right, so it's actually loading. You can see it's loading. Once it loads, you will scroll to where you see markets. I'm coming, you will see it. It will tell you the market. So once you get to the market, you will see the coin. All these BB coins majorly might not give you what we are looking for. We are looking for some of these coins that are there they are still small, but they are not big. But then they have good volatility. They have good movement. I mean liquidity. So pick up market. Once you pick up market now, it will tell you all the list of the exchanges that have actually listed this coin. And the pairs that they have listed. You can see ApeCoin market. I'm just this just understand the principle, please. Please understand the principle. Once you get the principle, you don't have any problem. The market, the network is still actually very bad. I don't know why it's actually giving me this challenge this night. Okay, let me. Sorry. All right. I'm trying to open it on my smartphone so that I'll stop sharing from this big one. It's as if just from there it's bad. Share screen. Stop sharing here. All right. I don't know why it's what do we call their name? Are becoming naughty these days. Etisalat. All right. Now go to that coin market cap again. Like I told you, go to 7 days. Pick up all these coins. It can be anyone this time. It must not be the one that is gaining. It can be losing or gaining. Now, like step N now, I click on step N or ApeCoin like I did the other time. I go to markets. So when I click on markets, now look at the market now. You can see the markets. Binance is 102, $1.02. You will scroll on this place now. On Biconomy Exchange, you can discover that it is sold at $1.11. This is what we call arbitrage. It's arbitrage. That's what we call it, arbitrage. So you can discover it. This is it. $1.11. All you need to do now is to open an account in that exchange. You can see that. On CoinW, it is $2.37. Now, what you need to do now, after you have check it, go and check. Look for the liquidity. Does it have liquidity? You can see, they say it has liquidity. You can see there's transaction. You see the transaction there. So that means it is good. You can see it is moderate. So that means you can actually make up to 100% of your money following this particular strategy here now. It is a very, 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 very powerful strategy. You can see on Dodo. Dodo is a very powerful one too. It is $1.16. That means just buying it from Binance and selling it on Dodo, you are able to make $1.16 immediately. That is just for one coin. Pick another coin. You can do it as much time as possible during the day. So, but all these major coins, I don't think you'll be able to succeed in doing them. But go scroll down and look for some of these coins that are, cover is big. Some small, all these small coins, most of them, most times, those are the coins that actually give you such powerful profits. Now, go to markets. Once you go to markets, you can see this is the strategy. Yes, go to markets. Sorry. Market. Now, once you get to market, you can see you get to market. See, Binance is 189. This 189, 189, 189. What you need to do is go to all of them. I'm showing 189, 189, 189, 189, 189, 189, 84, 189, 84, 189, 84. You keep on scrolling, 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 scrolling. Keep on scrolling, scrolling. Now look at this on MEX. It is sold at 179.14. So buying it on MEX and sending it to Binance alone, you will get at least $10 immediately. Is there liquidity? Fine. You can see it is high, 3%. This is how some people are making very cool wadada, very cool money. You can get it now. Now you see on GOKX, it is sold at 335. Is there liquidity on it? The answer is yes. You can see it high, and it was sold recently. Can you see number of trade? 395. That tells you that it's a very powerful. This is on Bit Global. It's 774. Now, such exchanges you might not. There might be some issues. You can see. You see recently only 3 transactions, so it might not be a good one to go for. Then let's go to Ascend. Ascend is still the same price. So what you can do is you can see on IndoAx. IndoAx too is very, very good too. You can also put your money. Now, when you are coming into these things, some of these major exchanges, make sure you have joined the exchange and then done your KYC on these small exchanges before you start trying to do it. You can get what I've said now. Make sure you have done your KYC. Now see this one now giving you $11. And these transactions can be done within few seconds. Now, what I want to challenge you with is that before you go into it, check the network they have in that network. Because if you are using Ethereum, they will charge you the fee of withdrawal will actually kill your profit. So don't go with Ethereum. If the network is using BSC majorly, you can actually use it to make money. So you can use BSC and use it to actually make real money following this strategy that I've just taught. So this is a very powerful arbitrage strategy that you can use. Though there are apps that actually show you this, but most of the apps don't have, they cannot give you the profit you get in this place. The profit are usually very, very small. So that's why this method I've actually said is actually better than any other one. So you can go to, there are a lot of coins. There are a lot of coins, a lot of, just scroll down. Some of them, it might be in kobo. I say in kobo, in cents. Once you pick those ones that are in cents, just buy them. You might start with like $100 or $200, whatever you feel you can start with. Once you start with them, you can now decide to actually increase. But as you're making profit, you can do like 2 or 3 or 4 times a day. The moment you do it more and more, you get more conversant with the system, and actually you will make money. Because of time, I have a meeting in the next 2 minutes. I would have continued. So I don't know, anybody with any question can ask your question. Just raise up your hand very, very fastly. I will mute you and then give you the permission to ask your question. Yes, you have questions. Please raise up your hand very fast. I only give one person. Dr. James. All right. And Bob Vegas, allowed to speak. Yes. Go ahead, sir.
Yes, so I want to thank you so much for this opportunity. This is my first time joining the class, and I must say I am impressed. So, but I want to ask if this class, the session is being recorded so that we can have the playback later.